Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's press conference ahead of our game against Columbus Crew. We have head coach Nick Cushing. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll get started with Scott Churchson. Scott, can you hear us?
Now I can hear you.
Yeah, it seems like there was a little bit of a lag on our end. Okay, go ahead, Scott.
Hey, Coach, thanks for the time. Appreciate it. You're going up against a Columbus team right now that leads the league in goals and also in goals inside 18. On the other hand, you guys have been pretty stingy on defense of late. So talk a little bit about challenge accepted here. Thanks.
No, I think we've made a conscious. We've worked consciously on trying to be harder to beat. I've said before, we're not scoring as many goals as we would like, and that's a process that we're working at. And we've defended games well, but we know this Columbus team is very, very dangerous. We know that they have a lot of quality. The likes of Cucho Hernandez, Zella Ryan, Christian Ramirez, Matan, they have a lot of quality all over the field and attackers that are in form. So Columbus is a difficult place to go. We know we're going to have to be defensively solid, but if we can keep the ball well and we can play well with the ball, we reduce the amount of time that they get to create anyway.
Michael, Andre.
Nick, Thiago Martins was on the 18 on Wednesday. I spoke to him briefly in the locker room after the game. He said he was feeling good. Give us an update on Thiago and whether or not you think he'll be a part of the lineup.
Yeah, he's fully fit. He's in the squad. He's traveling. He was in the squad against Charlotte. He's worked incredibly hard to make sure that he is ready quickly. He knows how important he is to the team, and as a DP, it's essential that we have them available as much as possible. And an unfortunate injury, but he took the surgery. He then rehabbed really, really well, and he's trained again fully this week post Charlotte, and he is ready. He's in the squad, traveling and ready to go.
Juan Carlos.
Hi, Coach. Thank you for the time. Just wanted to ask, about the team's fitness level. I know you guys played on Wednesday, and then training, and then a flight, and then playing on Saturday. How's everyone?
No, it's been a crazy schedule from the moment that we went 5 on the road. We then had the luxury of having 3 at home, and then we've been here, there, and everywhere. Atlanta to Portland, and back to Montreal, and back, and then Charlotte midweek. It's been a crazy schedule, but the boys have really embraced it. They're really committed in regeneration and recovery, and making sure that they are as fresh as possible. We have the luxury of being able to flip a few guys if needed, so we'll make some changes. The difference is it's difficult to make changes. The team play, of course we didn't win, but the team plays so well that in the past I've rolled the same team, so it's going to be a difficult lineup to pick, but having the opportunity to bring guys off the bench gives us fresh legs.
JR.
Hey, Nick, as we're now officially within the summer transfer window period, what does your involvement in the process of selecting and signing players look like? I mean, do you meet with the front office once, kind of consult with them on your needs and let them take it from there? Or are you sitting in on daily meetings? Kind of explain, what does your day-to-day involvement look like, and how much influence do you personally have on the ultimate decision-making process?
Yeah, it's collective. Between me and my coaching staff, the front office and the scouts, we meet regularly. We are in communication all the time, whether it be watching players, whether it be communicating between ourselves, whether it be, talking through the strategy around how we make it fit. It's an ongoing process throughout the season. But of course, when the window is open, you're more active because decisions have to be made, very, very quickly. So it's a daily conversation for us. We're lucky we're all in the same building. So, we're literally next door in offices. We're communicating regularly.
John Lupo.
I'm here. Nick, Richie Ledesma, I believe he has 5 assists, which leads the team. So can you just talk about his play and the growth that he's shown during the season?
I think he's shown his quality. I think we knew he was a quality player. You don't leave this league and go to Europe if you don't have the real high potential, and he plays for a top team in Holland. So for us, we knew that he would be an important player for us. That's why we had a real desire to bring him here. I think he's been good. And I said to Richie after the Charlotte game, I think he's performed well in the Atlanta game. I think he performed well in the Charlotte game. But for me, he has to start adding goals to his game. In a game like the Charlotte game, you know, that style of player, I think can impose themselves even more on the game, whether it be to create a goal for yourself or whether it be to go and make something happen, to get a goal chance. I think if he gets the opportunity, he will create goals. He has good vision and great technique, and he understands the game really, really well. So a great guy. I think now, you know, I say again, if you want to be a top 10 offensive midfield attacker in our league, you have to look at the numbers that the likes of Gazdag and Derusi and those guys, Mukhtar, are putting up on the board. And that is the standard. And, you know, we push our players every day to be in that real echelon of real impact and important players.
Great. Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. We continue today's press conference. We have Defender Maxime Chanot. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll get started with Scott Churchson.
Hey, Maxime, comment allez-vous? Nick talked earlier, Coach talked earlier about Thiago coming back. With the short rest you guys have had, 3 matches in 8 days, talk about the impact there and how you guys are feeling in general. Thanks.
I mean, we're very happy to have Thiago back. He's very important for us, for his leadership, for the way he play on the pitch. I know it's been a tough time for him, but he's been very, very serious in his recovery. And yeah, obviously, we're so glad to have him back. It's going to be obviously another strength for us, especially for the upcoming games that's going to come. You know, it's going to be two tough games against Columbus, against Philadelphia, then against in the Leagues Cup. So yeah, we're very glad to have him back.
John Lupo.
Maxime, obviously going to Columbus, it's a very difficult place to play. They have a lot of offensive talent. So what do you think will be some of the keys to be able to slow them down and get the result that you want?
Yeah, I think, as you said, Columbus is probably one of the best teams in the league right now with the individual players, the way they play. I think they've been very successful. Playing away, I mean, against them is always a tough games, especially with the atmosphere at the stadium. So the key is going to be the same than when we play against Portland, against Montreal, every away games. You know, we have to stay together, stick together. I mean, show like togetherness. We have to respect the game plan. We work the last 2 days of the game plan. And I'm pretty sure, like, if we respect it and we work hard together, fight for each other, we can maybe bring a good result from Columbus, even if we know it's gonna be tough.
Michael Andre.
Maxime, in thinking about sticking together as a team, obviously mistakes are going to happen in the game, and you have 2 center backs that are young players playing next to you. How do you talk about or address mistakes that happen, but try not to get them too down on themselves and maintain their confidence?
I mean, a mistake in soccer happen, especially when we play the way we play from the back. You know, we try to always stay composed on the ball, but sometimes mistake happen. I remember like a few years ago, somebody said to me when I first signed in NYCFC, they say the way we play can be dangerous sometimes, but we're going to get more points than we're going to lose points. So what does that mean? It means we know about the way we play, we will make mistake. And that maybe happens sometimes as a defender. And obviously when you make mistake as a defender, most of the time you concede goals. So, I mean, both of them, Tavon and Justin, has been fantastic the last few games. You know, they just show like a really good level. They show like they're ready to play in any MLS team. Now I just try, you know, to secure them and just give my advice, all the experience I get from my career. I think they're doing very well. You know, I can't say so much about that. You know, they know what they have to do. They both have a lot of qualities, and yeah, as I said, you know, obviously they're very important for us. And you know, I just try to share my experience, but that's it, not too much. I don't speak that much with them because they know already what they have to do.
Christian Hennig.
Hi, Maxime. I don't want to scare you, but in 9 days, it'll be 7 years since the club announced your arrival.
Wow.
When you compare this season with your previous seasons, how do you feel you've done?
I mean, first of all, I'm very proud to be part of this amazing organizations for 7 years. I never ever expect I will stay that long, and I'm hopefully gonna stay another few seasons again. I mean, this year has been way better for me, especially because I'm free injury. I think a lot of people don't know that, but the last 2 seasons I really suffer like bad injury. I never stop because this is the way I am. You know, I play through injury, and obviously my standard the last 2 seasons wasn't my real level. So I was a little bit disappointed, a lot of disappointed, to be honest. Instead, I was injured. We won the cup, we won the MLS Cup, we won the Champions Cup. So it's been a successful season. Don't make me wrong, but personally, I knew I could do better. But it wasn't about my level. It was just about my health. And right now, I'm feeling amazing. I really take care of my body. The way the coach has been handled with me has been amazing. I thank them every day for that, because they understand like I have to adapt myself, especially because of my age sometimes. But training, you know, they make me skip training when they feel I have to skip it. And I think you can see on the pitch, you know, on the weekend I'm there. I think the way I play, I'm pretty happy with that. But most important, as I always say, is the club first, you know. As long as we have been successful together, and that's why we've done the last 7 games. Even if we didn't win so much game, we didn't lose, and that's pretty good, especially when you're looking at the schedule when we play so many games away. So yeah, as I said, I'm very happy about where I am right now. I'm pretty happy about where the team right now, even if I know the fans could be disappointed because they expect more points. But the way we play, the way I play right now, I think it's been a successful season so far.
John, you have another one?
Just Maxime, the way the teams played defensively, they played some really good offensive teams recently, Charlotte, Montreal, and obviously he's playing away in a tough place like Portland. Just what do you think has been coming together for the team at the back? And Luis obviously was player of the month in June. So what do you think's been coming together on that end of the pitch for you guys?
I think first of all, what people have to understand when we don't concede goal is not only about the defenders and the keeper. You know, it's all about the team. You know, the way we defend all together, like the spirit, and it starts from the front three. You know, the way they've been pressing. I remember against Portland or against Montreal, even against last game against Charlotte has been amazing. You know, they run a lot, and obviously it helps the midfield to run a little bit less, and it helps the defender to run even less. Sorry. So we have to give credit to all the team. We have to give credit to the coach who make every game very good game plan, you know, and that allowed us to don't concede so many goals. And secondly, obviously, is about the players. You know, as I said, you know, like Justin Hack has been phenomenal. The way he played, won every challenge, very good and composed on the ball. Is the same with Taven. Luis done a great season so far. And it was the same when Thiago Martin was playing. I think I can include myself in this situation. And yeah, it's all about like chemistry. And I think people understand like when you're a defender, the first goal is to defend and try to don't concede goals. And that's why we try to show every game after game.
Oliver?
Hi, thank you. Your mentorship of Justin Hack really began last year in Montreal with the Eastern Conference semifinals. Do you think that he has a future as a center back, as a defender? Do you think that could become his primary position?
I mean, you should add that to the coach, you know, or to the sporting director. But as a defender, I do believe like Justin has a bright future in MLS, and hopefully for him in Europe as a center back. He's a strong kid. He's very smart on the ball. He's very smart the way he defends. And I'm very glad for him. Like he get a chance and he took it. And yeah, I do believe I can see him as a center back in the future, even if he's a center mid, and obviously he's going to be a good center mid. Don't make me wrong, but right now as a center back, I think he's doing a great job. And hopefully he's going to keep going for him.
And final one, Christian Hedge.
Hi, Maxime. Just to touch on the back of that last question, you are working with 2 defenders that are a little bit younger, maybe a little bit less experienced than yourself. How are you finding that challenge as the most experienced of the 3?
I mean, it's an interesting role for me. You know, I remember when I was in their situation when I was young. You know, when I started playing in first division in Belgium. I was like 20, 21, and I had a player who really took care of me. It was the same when I was in Sheffield United. Had the chance really to play with Gary Cahill, who has an amazing career after that in Chelsea. And he gave me so many advice. That's what I try to do again, with them. I try to share my experience. I try to motivate them, even if I don't know, I don't need to do that so much. But I try just to give them really tips, about what I learned during my career. And I think football is all about like legacy, and what you get from others, you have to give it back, and that's what I try to do. So I stay after training with them, try to to teach them like some tricks or whatever. And also after games, I like to speak about the games, about their games the day after we played, and just tell them like what was right, what was wrong, and hopefully I'm helpful for them.
Great. Thank you, everyone.